What's up, guys? It's Russo. Hope you're having a good weekend so far. I know it's kind of just getting started, but we do have baseball back, so Flex Friday today should be a lot of fun, being able to mix and match more than just really basketball is all I've been playing in my Flex Friday slips. So I'm definitely going to incorporate some baseball plays today and put together a little mixer. We have a 7-game NBA slate, and it's Flex Friday, so let's talk about the plays we've got here. I'm going with Walker Kessler over 23.5 points, rebounds, and assists, getting this on Prizepicks and Underdog. Going to go Ben Simmons. Feel like there might be a little bit of a revenge narrative we can take advantage of here. This is a really low line. It's just a matter of when his minutes start to pop off. It's been consistent, but we want more minutes than what he's been getting. But 10.5 PRA, I think he can get this done against his old team. And then Scottie Barnes, I like this 12 rebounds and assists, getting that 11.5 on Underdog. And then going Jarrett Allen, 29.5 fantasy score on Prizepicks, and going with his rebounds and assists on Underdog at 10.5. If you guys haven't signed up for Underdog yet and you would like to, I've been playing Underdog more than Prizepicks lately, just because often, the multipliers every time you play are going to be higher. You can take discounted plays on Underdog and you're still going to have a higher multiplier for a 4-man flex most of the time because they default at 6x. So I can take like a discounted play and still be over 5x for a 4-man flex. If you're interested in signing up, if you don't mind, use my code. Great way to support me, help me continue to do what I'm doing here with the channel. But my code is just JRUSSO, all one word. All the information's down below. If you sign up and you use my code, they're going to give you up to $1,000 in bonus cash, plus a free pick to help you cash your first slip. And they're running all sorts of promos as we start baseball and as we start to get ready for WNBA before long. So yeah, all that information's down below. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor and like the video or drop me a comment. So it just helps a lot. It gets me in front of a larger audience with the algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be posting bonus plays. Like I have, if you're a subscriber, you already know, but I do Underdog streak slips. I'll be sharing my protected slip today. Once I build that out, I'm going to spend a little bit of time deep diving, and I might go demons. I tend to do that more often than not. I just swing for the fences with my protected play since I know that money's coming right back if it doesn't hit. So let's take a look at Walker Kessler here. I know he's only done this once out of his last 5 games. The rebounds have kind of been there. This game I'm kind of not even really paying attention to against Washington. He only played like 15 minutes, I believe. Yeah, he played 15 minutes in that game. But he's averaging 25.9 minutes. This has been a little bit of a tricky situation with Utah and Will Hardy in the way that he's kind of like disguising the tank a little bit by like just resting his studs quite a bit, and then the rotations have been weird. But Kessler has been one of the more consistent pieces, and the head-to-head, I believe, is why this line is a little bit higher, because you would think it would be lower if he's only gone over this like once out of his last 5, but he matches up really well against Denver. If we take a look here, 4 out of his 6 games, he's not just beat it, he's crushed it. His lowest outing when he cashed was 29. So yeah, first matchup ever, he went for 35, and then 32, 33, 29. And then these games, you can see the minutes were kind of not there. The production was still kind of there. 15 minutes, he went for 13. That's not bad in 15 minutes. And then 24 minutes, he went for 19. So if he gets his regular minutes tonight, I think he should be able to get this done, because the 3 straight head-to-heads are all from this season, and he's gone for 29 or more. He grabs all the boards, and Jokic was in all of these games. So it's not like, oh, Jokic was out, so he capitalized. Like, no, he just matches up well against Jokic, believe it or not. If you look at the matchup specifically to centers, it softens up. You can see the rebounding. Overall as a team, they're 6th, so not bad. But when it comes to the rebounds given to centers, they're 21st in rebounds allowed, 23rd in points allowed, 22nd in assists allowed. Kind of surprising. You wouldn't expect it to be such a soft spot at the center position against Nikola Jokic, but it is. And he tends to do well, like we can see here. Averaging 27.7 minutes a game in these head-to-heads, he shoots 78% on average, and 19.2 rebound chances, 3.6 potential assists. You can see the assists actually start to pop off in these matchups. 4 assists, 5 assists, so he might be a candidate for an assist demon. If we get a 2.5 assist demon for Kessler, that's probably going in my protected play today. So yeah, I'm feeling good about it. Let's see what Daily Grind thinks. Dude, did you guys see that Chicago game? That, my gosh, that's one of the best endings to a game I've seen in a really long time. That was just beautiful. Josh Giddey that was just one of the best endings I've ever seen. 12 seconds left, 12 seconds left, and they're down, and he gets the steal, gets the assist. Kobe White cashes the three. Austin Reeves goes down, gets the layup. They're down by 1 with no timeouts, and they can't advance the ball, and he just, like, from half court. I watched that replay so many times. All right, so if we take a look here on Daily Grind, they actually don't like this, so go with your gut. I'll show you some pivots if you don't like it. 52.86% odds to hit the under, minus 131. It's because like virtually all the other platforms have it at 22.5. So maybe by the time you're seeing this, maybe Prizepicks will bump it down to 22.5. But I'm still taking it at 23.5. I already have it locked in on Prizepicks and Underdog at 23.5, so I'm comfortable with that. The 1.5 assists looked good though. If you wanted that, like we were just saying, he went for 4 assists and 5 assists in his last 2 matchups, where he tends to do well against Jokic. But they have that just slightly favored to the over, 50.85% odds to hit the over, minus 123. So yeah, they're just not really feeling Kessler. So go with your gut. This might be a different situation than what I'm seeing. Obviously, the optimizer and the odds makers are not on the same page as I am. So go with your gut on that one. But I've already got it locked in. I feel good about it. Like I said, he's probably going in my demon slip or protected play. All right. So Ben Simmons, we can see the production just started popping off in these last 2 games, specifically in the rebounding category. I'm not always excited about taking scoring, lines for Ben Simmons. I'm never excited about it, but when it's at 10.5 for everything, I'm adding the points to this, just like it would be adding assists to a guy who doesn't assist that much, because it's not that much of a bump. I believe the rebounds and assists are at like 7.5. So I'm like, okay, he needs like 2 buckets to make this full PRA worth it. But you can see the minutes have not necessarily popped off here. It's been his production, and that's against Oklahoma City and the New York Knicks. So he's averaging just 14 minutes a game right now. But it looks like he's starting to get a little bit more active here with his role. 7.2 rebound chances, 3.8 potential assists. We know he's capable of being ridiculous with the assists, so it just hasn't popped off yet. He has 2 assists in the last 2 games. My gut is that he is going to really show out against his old team. Maybe he gets a little bit of an extended run here. Let's look at this over under, because if the Clippers, look at this. So a 12-point spread. If the Clippers get up by a lot, I think they'll give Ben Simmons some extra minutes here off the bench just to continue to get himself comfortable. We have a 213.5 over under, and Clippers favored by 12. The Nets have a decent amount of injuries, so that's a big part of why. The Clippers should walk through the Nets regardless, but we got Noah Clowney game time decision. He's probable, so it looks like he's probably playing. Day'Ron Sharpe, who is really solid off the bench, he's out tonight. DeAnthony Melton out for the season. Cam Thomas out for the season. I think Watford is going to play. Well, he's still listed as questionable, so he's a game time decision. And Zaire Williams also questionable. So we'll see if these guys end up making it in or not. But I just think this trend continues. I think he's good for at least 11 tonight. And you've got a little bit of a reason for him to play with a chip on his shoulder. If you look at the matchup here, overall 9th in points allowed, 11th in rebounds allowed, 17th in assists allowed. We go to the point guard position, it softens up a ton. 18th in points allowed, 20th in rebounds allowed, 22nd in assists allowed. I think he knocks on the door of double-digit rebounds alone in this game. He's trending up 7, 8. Now he's got a soft matchup playing against his old team, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Clippers get this done with no issues. And I would love to see him get 20 minutes tonight. Maybe give him a little bit of an extended run against his old team. That's my reasoning behind it. You guys can take it or leave it. You don't have to take all my plays. Let's see, Ben Simmons. Let's see what Daily Grind thinks about this. They like it. Okay, so they have it favored to the over, 50.66% odds to hit the over, minus 121. They don't like his rebounds over 3.5. That is crazy to me. Everybody's favoring his rebounds under 3.5. Make that make sense. This is why I don't always follow the odds. So 7 against Oklahoma City, 8 against New York, soft matchup tonight. You don't think he can get 4? I mean, I almost took just the rebounds alone at 3.5. That's so wild. So yeah, there's no way I'm taking that under. It's not like heavily juiced. It's just the top play, but they like the PRA. What do they think he's going to do? Go for 3 rebounds and get the rest done with scoring and assisting? The thing is like we know that this dude is capable of triple doubles. Like he was, not triple doubles like he's getting 20, 30 points, but like double digit points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists is not crazy for Ben Simmons when he's getting his full minutes and he's actually in rhythm. So I don't know what to make of that, but I like the rebounds over and I like the full PRA over. All right, so let's get into the good stuff here. This is looking great. This fantasy score for Jarrett Allen is looking great to me. He's coming off of a really hot game. Oh, that's a teaser. That is the head-to-head. I want to show you guys what he did lately first, though. I was going to have that be the big reveal, like, look at this head-to-head. Perfect. But look at this game against the Spurs. Surprisingly, close game, 124 to 116. He went for 51 fantasy score. Let's see what that defense looked like, because we know blocks and steals are where the money's made on fantasy score. Wow, and it was he had 2. I would expect with the 51 fantasy score, what did he do? Let's take a look here at this PRA. Okay, 29 points, 15 rebounds. No assists. He's also capable of assisting the ball. So against Detroit, they're tough. They're without Cade Cunningham tonight. We've got 13th in points allowed, 2nd in rebounds allowed, 22nd in assists allowed. That's all to the center position. So let's get back to fantasy score. I'll show you guys this head-to-head. That's just got me salivating over this matchup here. Okay, so yeah. Was that 7 straight games, 100% hit rate, lowest outing, 32.2 fantasy score. But if you look at the last 3 head-to-heads, it's almost identical, 38.2, 38.2, 38.6. That is consistency if I've ever seen it. 2 of those games were in Cleveland, and 1 was in Detroit. That is pretty wild. So all 3 of these games were from this year. Let's go back to the blocks and steals real quick. So yeah, he's had at least 1 block or steal in every single matchup. Most recently, he had 3 steals and a block. I'm not like expecting him to absolutely go ham with the blocks and steals, but the fantasy score at 29.5 is looking solid to me. I think it's the only category where he actually has that perfect 7 of 7. But the PRA probably looking solid today. Rebounds, I do like the rebounds and assists. Let's look at that real quick since we're getting that on Underdog. So he's done that in 6 straight games, but the last 4 he's gone for 13 or more. So yeah, dude's coming off of a huge game, and he's just got such a good track record here against Detroit. So this is his last 5 for the rebounds and assists. Let's look at the PRA real fast. I want to go last 5. So he's beat the PRA in 3 straight games. So averaging 27.4 minutes, 17 rebound chances. What is that? 4.8 potential assists, 74% from the field. Not shooting a ton, but doing what he needs to do in the paint. 8.4 attempts, 74%. I'll take it. Just 1.6 fouls. Not bad at all. He's not really going to be getting in foul trouble. Let's see. And this actually, I was a little bit concerned about potential blowout here. But it's actually only a 5.5 point spread, so I'm not concerned. 227.5 over under. Cleveland favored by 5.5. Let's just take a peek at this injury report, because we also have Evan Mobley game time decision. So if he's out, I think that just secures a little bit more minutes for Allen here. But there's not really anything to look at there to see. He's just potentially game time decision for rest. But without Cade, there is actually going to be that's a decent amount of vacated rebounds. But the track record already looks good. So the optimizer doesn't usually pull up fantasy score for NBA for some reason. There's a little Dennis Schroeder rebounds and assists popping that off, says that looks good. All right, we're going to go here. All right, so they don't like his PRA over 23.5. They have that favored to the under, 52.79% odds to hit the under, minus 131. What do they like of his? They like his assists over 1.5. That looks good too, to me. They like his points assists, 13.5. They do like the rebounds and assists at 10.5. So go with your gut. I'm not necessarily, the fantasy score is similar to the PRA, but it's not the same thing in the sense that you don't have the blocks and steals attached there that can stack up your score pretty quick. But I think the optimizer doesn't like this because there are some 22.5s. So it's just recognizing that 23.5 is not the value that you want as far as the platform you're playing on. So it will, put that favoring the under. And kind of just put it on your radar, because I have this setting here, show line discrepancies. So it's kind of targeting hey, this is not the best value. Go to a different platform and grab it on there. But I feel good about the rebounds and assists though, and I'm comfortable with 29.5 fantasy score with that track record. So let's keep it rolling. Scottie Barnes. All right, so this one, I'll show you guys what I did here. If we just look at his 2024 season in general for the RA, 69% hit rate over 11.5. So some of those are going to be pushes where he got 12, because on Prizepicks we're getting it for 12, Underdog we're getting 11.5. But what I really like here is he actually, believe it or not, excels with the rebounding and the assisting when Jakob Portal is available. So we want to see with Jakob, with Emmanuel quickly, since he's been out a little bit here and there. So if we take that 67% hit rate, he's played 15 games with both of these guys. If we look at these last 5, it's been pretty solid, which represents a little bit more of what he's been doing lately. 4 out of his last 5, and then 3 straight with 16 or more. Let's see, power forward position. So a little bit tougher on rebounding for power forwards. 5th in rebounds allowed, 24th in assists allowed. Let's look at the head-to-head. Okay, so this is also with these settings on, but I'm just kind of curious. So yeah, historically, he's done great. This is not from this season, but 20 and 24. And then most recently, he only went for 9. And that was on 35 minutes. So that's a little bit tough, but I wonder if RJ Barrett was in that game, because RJ is out tonight. Let's see. Yeah, so RJ was in that game, so he may have taken some of those, rebound opportunities and assist opportunities away from him in that situation. But if we look at his last 5 without RJ, he's also cleared this in 4 of his last 5 without RJ as well. So I'm feeling comfortable with it. I don't think that's asking too much. Let's look at this over-under. So we have a 215.5 over-under, and Raptors favored by 5.5. And that's saying a lot, because the Raptors are kind of tanking. But there is no LaMelo Ball tonight. So no Ball. Trey Mann obviously out. Brandon Miller. Josh Okogie is also out. And then we have RJ Barrett out. Let's see. So Chris Boucher is actually still questionable. So I thought he would maybe be probable by now, but he's still questionable. So if he misses, that's going to be a little bit of a minutes bump for Scottie, just in the sense that he's going to have to play, at least a little bit longer. But if we look at these last 5, let's just, I want to just be accurate here. So I'm going to take that setting off of RJ. So yeah, he's still done it in 4 straight, whether RJ's in or not, but he's gone 4 of 5 with RJ out of the games as well. But he's averaging 29.9 minutes. So what I really want to see is I'm going to go 2024. I'm going to see what this looks like. The main thing that we love is Jakob being available. So yeah, when he's playing with Jakob, regardless of who else is in or out, 72% hit rate, 28 out of 39 games. Now, we said he's averaging about 30 minutes, so let's see what it looks like around 30. 83% hit rate when he's playing with Jakob, and he's getting the 30 minutes. So this should be, it looks like it was going to be pretty close. What was that, like a 5-point spread? Yeah, 5.5-point spread. So this should be close enough for him to stay in long enough to get this done. Hopefully he hits that 30-minute mark, because he's got Jakob, and I mean, again, let's see, 1, 2, 3 of these are pushes. So as far as him exceeding 12, that would be more like 22 out of 30 games. But that's crazy. 25 out of 30 games. That's the kind of hits we're looking for when we're taking a play. But I would not be surprised if the optimizer doesn't like it because it's at 12 and not 11.5. Let's take a look. I hate when my stuff loads slow. So they like his rebounds alone as the top play. I like it too. 7 for sure. 51.42% odds to hit the over -123. They don't like his points, rebounds, PRA. They do like the rebounds and assists, even over 12. Okay. So 50.47% odds to hit the over -119. And the 11.5s are super juiced. This is getting bumped to 12.5 already. But the 11.5s are in the -140s. So yeah, I'm glad that that's locked in on Underdog at 11.5, but yeah, I'm comfortable with the 12 now that I know it's getting bumped to 12.5 as well. So if you guys want this optimizer for yourself, use my code JRUSSO and they're going to give you 25% off for as long as you want to set this up for. All the way up to a year, you can take advantage of that savings. And it's a killer tool. What I love it for probably the most is if I don't have a whole lot of time to dive into Outlier and really vet plays hardcore. I'll just hop on the optimizer and you can build a slip in 5 minutes. And you know that it's like, okay, every pick that I'm taking is comparing odds across all platforms, and it's showing me whether or not I'm getting this pick at a value, and it's targeting the best values. So it really loves this Dennis Schroeder rebounds and assists over 8.5. So, I mean, like that's a play that I could honestly kind of feel pretty confident about. Doesn't mean that he's going to hit. Nothing's ever a lock. Like this is a sport, you know, like anything could happen. But this would be, if I was in a hurry, I would absolutely take this Schroeder play without thinking twice about it. And if he doesn't hit, he doesn't hit. But without Cade Cunningham, he's probably going to be starting. And yeah, so it's just what the optimizer is doing is it's looking and saying, okay, this is at 8.5 on all these platforms, and it's a -125 or higher across everyone. So it's the optimizer is developing a consensus. It's saying all these platforms are juicing this over, and you're getting it on Prizepicks for the same line. So it's saying take the over, and it just looks for that kind of stuff across the entire NBA or whatever you have it set to. It likes Zubats over 30.5 PRA tonight, 53.7% odds to hit the over -136, and it's noticing. It's putting it on your radar because it's saying this is at 31.5 everywhere else, and some are still favoring it to go over the 31.5. So that's how the optimizer works in a nutshell. It's a killer tool. Check it out for yourself. 25% off. Use code JRUSSO at dgfantasy.com. And if you guys want to dive into the stats, you can try this one out for free with Outlier. Just sign up through the link below for Outlier, and they're going to give you a week just to check it out, see how you like it. Perfect timing, actually, because now that we have baseball, you can dive into baseball as well. They cover NHL. Whenever you have tacos, on Taco Tuesday, you can come and adjust the line to what the taco is at. Like if, well, it's not letting me go lower than 11.5, but if you were, yeah, just take a look. I'll give you an example real quick with the rebounds. So 6.5, yeah, they do love his rebounds. That might be a demon opportunity too. Let's say that they had like a taco hypothetically for 4.5 rebounds. You can go on Outlier and you can do the vetting on the 4.5 rebounds, which is pretty awesome too. So try it out for free. Sign up through the link below. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Let me know if you have any questions. Hit me up in the comments. I'll do a little bit of research and get back to you. I'm going to go straight into some Major League Baseball plays and put out a video for that as well. But yeah, don't forget to like the video. I really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. We're going to get back in the green here. I know it's been a little bit bumpy lately, and I appreciate you guys sticking around. We've been through this before. We'll go on a run in the green, just like we do in the red. Sometimes it just happens. It's an ebb and flow. Like they say, the best sports bettors are hitting like 55-60% of the time. So it's not like no one's out there hitting 100% of the time. So I appreciate you guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.